Imagine a time when fear and superstition gripped an entire community. It was the year 1692, and the small Puritan town of Salem found itself at the center of one of the darkest chapters in American history, the Salem witch trials. Over the course of just a few months, more than 200 people were accused of witchcraft. 19 were hanged, and others suffered in prison under harsh conditions. But here's a question that often gets tangled up in the myths surrounding Salem. Were any of these so-called witches burned at the stake? It's a detail that pops up in movies, books, and even casual conversations about the trials. The image of fiery executions might be dramatic, but how accurate is it? And why does this misconception persist? In this video, we'll unravel the truth about the Salem witch trials, separating historical fact from enduring myth. By the end, you'll have a clearer picture of what really happened in Salem and why this particular story continues to haunt the American imagination. To understand Salem, you must first understand the fear that fueled it. The late 17th century was a time of religious fervor and uncertainty. The Puritans of New England believed in a strict moral code and saw the devil as an ever-present threat. When young girls in Salem Village began exhibiting strange behaviors, screaming, contorting their bodies, and accusing neighbors of witchcraft, the town erupted into panic. The legal process for handling these accusations was deeply flawed. Spectral evidence, or testimony based on visions and dreams, was admissible in court. This allowed personal grudges and community tensions to spiral into accusations. Out of the chaos, 20 people lost their lives, 19 by hanging and 1, Giles Corey, by pressing. A brutal method where heavy stones crushed the accused until they either confessed or died. But what about burning at the stake? This image likely stems from European witch trials, where such executions were common, particularly in countries like Germany and France. Between the 15th and 18th centuries, tens of thousands of people were executed across Europe, many by fire. However, in colonial America, the methods of execution were different. Hanging was the primary method for capital punishment in New England, and there are no historical records of anyone being burned at the stake for witchcraft in Salem, or anywhere else in the American colonies. So, why do so many people still believe witches were burned in Salem? Part of the answer lies in pop culture. Films, novels, and plays, such as Arthur Miller's The Crucible, often blur historical facts for dramatic effect. Additionally, the association of witchcraft with fire has deep symbolic roots, representing purification and the destruction of evil in many cultures. These images stick in our minds, overshadowing the historical reality. The truth of the Salem witch trials is, in many ways, more horrifying than the myths. The accused were not burned alive, but they faced public executions, imprisonment, and reputational ruin. The trials exposed the dangers of mass hysteria, flawed legal systems, and unchecked authority. They remind us how fear can lead communities to commit terrible injustices. By the early 18th century, the colony of Massachusetts formally apologized for the trials. Descendants of the accused have worked to preserve their ancestors' stories, ensuring the lessons of Salem are not forgotten. As for the myth of witches burned at the stake in Salem, it serves as a potent reminder of how history can be distorted, and why it's crucial to question the narratives we inherit. Thank you for watching. If you found this dive into history fascinating, let us know your thoughts in the comments. Have you encountered other myths about the Salem witch trials or historical events you'd like us to explore? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with fellow history enthusiasts. See you next time.